you go. So it'll give you your little thing to tick. So Wendy, hello.
Hey.
Session number 3. So we're back again. And if I just actually what I'll do is I'll share my screen and flash up our little framework again, just so we can
Lovely.
give ourselves a little bit of context for today's conversation. And as always, as you know, we'll go wherever the conversation takes us. But
Yeah.
in terms of session 3, we are concentrating a little bit more today around design. And what that's about is, what would you like life to be like? How would you like things to be in an ideal world? What does that look like? How will you feel? And so we're a little bit more in the future than some of the conversations we've had in the past, but that doesn't mean that we can't go and revisit those things and see how all of that is getting along as well. But the idea of today is just to kind of be thinking about, how would you like to create your life?
Brilliant. Love it.
So I'll stop sharing my screen and so I can see your lovely face. Tell me a little bit, Wendy, how are you? What's going on? How have you been since the last time we spoke? It's a couple of weeks, isn't it?
It's funny, yeah. I don't know whether it's related to a change in the weather, because it's been quite nice and sunny. But I feel like I'm coming out of the shadows, if that makes sense.
Yeah, tell me a bit more about that. What does that mean?
Yeah, so if I think back to how I was feeling a few months ago, I just was so in that rut and just the dark place, and it felt like shadows. And I was literally just putting my face out of the shadows for appearance's sake, but actually internally I was still inside the shadows. But now I feel like I'm coming out of it. And I was on my walk today, and I was walking in the sunshine, and I thought, yeah, this is how I feel now. And I just felt lighter and just generally more myself, a bit more back to my normal self, and not having to put on the act for it, not masking it, just actually being it. Yeah.
Amazing, because last time we were talking, weren't we, about like having that cloud that was kind of following you around, and whether that cloud might kind of change. So if you were describing the cloud as kind of, I think, was it kind of like grey last time? Wasn't a black cloud, but it was kind of grey. How would you describe that now?
I'd say that it's definitely shrunk in size, because it was filling up originally pretty much all of my head. Now it's shrunk in size, and it's probably white.
Oh, okay.
Because like I want to get it to pink, but it's currently white. So it's still there. It can still cover the sun every now and again, and it will like take away that light and sunshine, but it's not threatening rain, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, amazing. So it's not threatening rain anymore. It's kind of lost the heaviness that comes with the cloud. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So when you talk about that, when you describe that to me, how does that feel?
It feels lovely. It feels like a bit weightless, like I can actually like take in a big breath. And yeah, it's because I think before, with the sort of the wearing the mask and keeping everything in, everything just felt like it was really tight, and you were basically just restricted, and even breathing was almost like, just keep it like shallow and not in depth. But now it just feels like a bit open, a bit more. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, just a bit more like and it was funny because I was talking to my husband about it today, and saying that I was having this session with you. And I said, actually, on the walk, it was one of the first times I noticed that I thought about Fugs and I smiled and I didn't cry. Because like normally I have that like feeling, I feel like I'm going to cry now. But I normally have that feeling of like overwhelming, like a rush of tears, and when your throat cracks and all that sort of stuff. That's what normally happens, and I feel like the tears prickle in my eyes. But today I walked along and I thought about him, and I just actually smiled, like genuinely. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
It feels like a major breakthrough. It really does. And it feels like a breakthrough almost for him as well.
What do you mean by that?
Because I was sort of thinking he wouldn't want me to be sad. So like he would say if he could talk, if he wasn't a cat. But if he could say something, he'd be like, "Oh mum, don't be like this." So yeah, it's a little breakthrough for him.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's a bit like there's some kind of a bond between both of you, and it's like allowing that to just not go away, but just to sort of
Yeah.
accept a little bit, maybe.
Yes, exactly. And just yeah, it's almost actually like that connection between me and him has been created, because before I was just so angry almost about him not being here that now I've got that connection with him. I can almost have those little conversations, which is really nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Think about what he would say to me and what I would say to him, that sort
Mm,
of thing.
mm, mm. What's helped you with that breakthrough, do you think? Was it just time? Was it just, is there
No,
anything?
I think it's been talking it through,
Mm,
because Rob and I, we don't really talk about him because I know it hurts him as well. And like neither of us want to make the other one upset, so we don't talk about it.
mm,
And so I don't actually talk about it with anyone else. You're the only person I've really talked to about it. And I think it is that talking it through just actually processes it and starts you thinking about, actually, yeah, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's sort of like with the rut before, being in the rut, it was just dark the whole time. Whereas when you start to talk about it, that sort of just lightens it and lifts it. And whereas if you don't confront it, then that cloud just stays black, doesn't it? You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything to dissipate it or make it lighter. Just stay black. So yeah. So it's definitely, yeah, this talking about it has definitely helped.
mm, mm. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because sometimes these things are quite hard to start to talk about in
Yeah.
the first place, aren't they?
Yeah.
So if you were, I mean, I hope that you aren't in a situation like this again, but if you were in another challenging situation, what's the kind of insight or the lesson from this experience that you would like to remember to help you in that situation?
Confront the real reason.
Mm.
Because I think when I first started this with you, initially, I wasn't going to make it about this. I was going to talk about my weight loss and all that sort of thing. And again, I was looking at the symptoms as opposed to the actual disease, like just trying to cure the peripherals instead of actually focusing on the thing that was the cause of it. And I think it was like our first conversation that drew out that actually this isn't really about eating, it's about my feelings of grief. So yeah, that's probably the
We
biggest
had
thing.
that whole conversation, didn't we, about kind of like
Yeah,
the pushing things down.
yeah, keeping a lid on it all, and yeah, just not confronting it. And that was the
So
trouble.
would you say now that it feels like you're not pushing down so much?
Definitely, definitely, because I also have that thing where in the evening, if I'm sitting in the lounge and I think of him, think of Fugs, because like little Lando, my new cat, will come in and he'll sit on my lap, and I think, God, you look so much like him.
Mhm.
And if I do feel sad, I just let it happen and I let myself cry. Whereas before, I kind of would choke it back and stop it from happening. And then actually, I find now that it kind of, the crying bit burns itself out quicker. Like before, the crying could go on for quite a long time. But now I'll cry for like probably not even a minute. And then
Mm.
I'm like, oh, I feel all right again now.
Mm.
But it's because I've let it out as opposed to like pushing it down.
Yeah, trying to keep the lid on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so that sounds like things are, you're still processing some of what is going on, and you're allowing the feelings that you have and the sadness to come up and not keep it pushed down.
Yeah.
And and that cloud is getting lighter and whiter, and I wonder what happens next, do you think?
Yeah. So I think that next is yeah, because I've got my little self-control ball that's like moving round. It has started its journey moving round. It's like near, pretty much near the front now. It's going to be front and center soon. But yeah, so I think that's now had the space to move because the clouds got smaller and not so dark. It's had the chance to rotate itself. And yeah, I think that's where what's the next step for me is getting that back, that control that I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, last time we talked about it, we talked about whether it could move, whether it had a place that it wanted to kind of stay. And I remember, you might remember this better than I do, but we took it kind of round and we had a little look at it and we kind of explored whether it would feel right to be there now,
Yeah.
that time. And it was kind of like pulling back and going, there's still stuff going on here that needs to be sorted. Yeah. How would you describe that now? Does it feel like it's moving forwards, or?
It does. It feels like it's moving a little bit every day. It's coming round, and this probably kind of leads into the next section, next talk that we have. But now it almost feels like I'm a little bit scared about the fact that it's gonna be round the front soon, because then I'm like, then you've got to do stuff. And it's like, oh God.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, great. So if this comes around too far, you've actually got to do stuff. What does do stuff mean? What does that look like?
It's got to be that whole yeah, just start getting control back of how I'm living my life, what the things I'm doing, and the things I'm doing that are self-sabotaging myself, and actually get a grip on them. And because I know that ultimately when I do that, I have a much better existence. And like my mental state is much better. And yeah, everything, when I'm on that role, everything is better. And I think I've kind of I had like a little dawning realization last week, because I saw something that you posted on Instagram, and it was about instant gratification. And I thought that's my problem. And that's why I eat the way that I do, is because I want that instant gratification that comes with the sugar and the food. And yeah, so that's what I need to tackle. Okay. Find that gratification somewhere else.
So if it's all right with you, let's hang out here. So what I'm not asking you to do is to force this thing around here so that you're doing this stuff today. What I want to do is just kind of like go, okay, let's play with the idea about what it would look and feel like.
Yeah.
I think what might be helpful as we think about kind of designing the way that you want things to be is that we make it feel a little bit bigger. We make it feel a little bit more visual, like we did last time where we kind of played about with stuff. And then it doesn't mean that we're stuck with it. We can put it back, we can let it go, whatever. But just to kind of expand a little bit about what life is like when everything is in place. Does that sound all right with you?
That sounds perfect.
So tell me a little bit about, you said your mental state is better. You said you have a better existence. Everything is better. So tell me about better. What is life like if everything is a-okay? You've got work, you've got relationships, you've got all of those things. Tell me about what life is like.
So I think when I'm eating healthy and and exercising and like doing all the good things for my body, I essentially become like a normal person. Because
I mean,
well, it's really weird. Like, I watched something else on Instagram. I'm terrible for Instagram in the mornings, but I watched this woman, and it was like a little jokey story that she'd posted, and she said, what my ADHD sister just said about showering, right? And she recorded her sister, and her sister was saying, oh, I can't be asked for showering. It's like such a chore. You've got to get undressed, then you've got to get in the shower, then you've got to clean yourself, and then you've got to get out of the shower, then you've got to dry yourself. And that when I'm not eating healthy, because when I listened to that, I thought, God, yeah, that's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. When I think about showering, like on a weekday, I just do it run of the mill, but on the weekend, I'm like, oh, can I be asked? Like, and I've got to get up and do it. But when I am eating healthy, I don't think like that. I'm like, oh, it's time to shower, and I go and do the shower, and I don't have that like laziness that kind of comes with eating badly. So I think that's what it does. It makes me lazy, and I'm not lazy when I'm eating well. I don't like eating.
Mm. Mm. Okay, so put yourself forward in time, however many months, when all of these things are operating beautifully well, everything you're nailing it, absolutely nailing it.
Yeah.
Tell me what life is like. Tell me what a typical day is like for you.
So it would be get up in the morning and go to CrossFit class, and actually like smash the CrossFit class, because I will just be moving better, because I won't have all of the sugar weighing me down that I've had the night before. So I'll move better in that class. Then I'll come home, have my shower, have my breakfast, which will be pretty much the same breakfast that I have every day, because it's a healthy breakfast and it supports the exercise. Then I'll start my work day, and I will literally I'll be on it, because my brain just doesn't seem to be laden down with a load of other stuff that sits in the background when I'm eating crap. So my brain will be on it. I'll have a really satisfying day at work where I think, yeah, I've really achieved something today, and I've really earned my money, sort of thing. So that's how I like to feel about work, is that, really smashed it today, really earned what they're paying me.
A little pat on the back.
Yeah. And then I'll finish that day, and then maybe I'll pop out into the garden and do a little bit just to keep on top of it, because again, I won't be lazy. I'll be like actually engaged in doing things, or maybe even go for another little walk, because it'll be really light then, and it'll be light for way into the evening. And then I'll come home and I'll have a nice dinner that'll be healthy. It'll fill me up. It will satisfy me, because I'll make sure that I have some sort of like little sweet dessert thing, but it'll probably be sugar-free jelly and chocolate mousse, which is what I always used to have before, and actually really filled me up and was just the sweetness that I needed. And then I will go to bed at 8 o'clock like I normally do, and then I'll wake up bright and early at 5:30 the next morning. I'll have a good night's sleep. So it sounds like a fabulous day.
So a fabulous day, exercising, moving more freely, feeling lighter, engaged through the day,
Yeah.
appearing, thinking clearly, achieving lots in the work, eating full and filling and satisfying food, sleeping better.
Yes.
What's missing? Anything missing?
No, I don't think it is really. I mean, like, I always take for granted that like me and Rob will like have interactions during the day and nice chats and things like that. And yeah, actually we'll probably get on better as well, just because he's very even, whereas I'm the one that tends to have the moods up and down depending on how I'm going. But when I'm in the good space, my moods even out as well. And so so then we run very well with each other, because we're on the same like transition, whereas at least I'm not hitting him with my peak.
Yeah. Okay, so it sounds like physically you'd feel better.
Yeah.
Your relationship would be a bit better. You'd be a bit more even, so you'd be able to interact better with him.
Yeah.
What about mentally or even emotionally?
So mentally and emotionally, I will just feel, I'll just feel like I always felt when I was growing up, which is like, because I don't let many things affect me. I just kind of roll with most things that go on, and I don't really have any drama in my life, and I don't like, and I think I said in the first session, I've been very lucky because I haven't had any major sad things happen in my life or in my family. So I've been very blessed, and for that reason I just kind of always have a positive outlook on life. And I think that will be back, and it will be back in its full capacity. So yeah, I'll be back to the optimist.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
And what would it take for that? So if we're saying this is down the line somewhere, this is how you're going to be.
Yeah.
From that place, what would you need to do to keep that going? I mean, obviously life does chuck stuff at us
Yeah.
while, but you know, if we had a good wind, what would it look like to keep going like that? What would you need to do?
To keep it going now, I think essentially I'll keep up the exercise because I know I respond well to exercise. So that just gives me endorphins, and it just makes me yeah, feel alive. Um so keep up the exercise, and then keep mindful of the food, and that's what it'll be, you know, whether that's, hopefully that doesn't mean me having to log food for the rest of my life, because I don't really like that task. That is bad. But it'll be me having that full recognition that what I put inside my body has a complete reaction to what happens in the body and in the mind, not just, you know, it's not, they're not unrelated, they're so closely related that, yeah.
Mhm.
And that I don't have that self-sabotagey bit going, oh, go on, you deserve it, you've earned it, have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I can manage to get this whole instant gratification thing, because I that's when I was thinking about that, I thought about the previous time when I lost all the weight. I shifted the instant gratification from the actual food I ate to logging the food.
Mm-hmm.
So the gratification there was like, oh, you're really behind, like lower on your calories, or you're really hitting your protein, or, you know, it was like, that was where I got the buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like now I'm relying on that buzz coming from whatever I put in my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I want you to do something with me, Wendy. Will you
Yeah.
just, you know
Yes.
how I like to mess about and do something a bit weird?
Yes.
Can you stand up for me? And what I want you to do is I want you to just choose somewhere in your space and
Yes.
step into that you. So that one, 6 months or however long that future is away from you, I want you to step into that and really feel what it's like to be that version of you. Okay.
Okay.
So tell me how you're feeling.
I'm yeah. I'm feeling very happy. I'm feeling slimmer, which is good. And I am feeling, yeah, I'm feeling like I'm not feeling as taut, as like I'm not feeling as tense or as tight. I feel much more sort of relaxing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So just hold that, really kind of feel that drop into your body. Let your body kind of go, oh, yeah, yeah. I remember this feeling. I've been like this before. I
Yeah.
can do like that again.
Yeah, I can.
And I want you to step back to where we started. So back to kind of neutral.
Yeah.
And just feel the difference. What's it like where you are today?
Just still feels that little bit like tight. Just, yeah. And just not as like if that spot there felt like it was in the sunshine and this spot feels like it might be in a little bit of shade.
Yeah,
That
okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, what I want you to do is move to the other side and just remember how things have felt over the last few weeks. We're not going to stay there very long, but just kind of take that sort of step and just go, where were we?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the other side.
So what's it like there? Just give it a word or two.
Darker.
Hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, sadder.
Darker. Okay, back to neutral. Come back to neutral position in the middle. Okay, what I want you to do is step back into the future you,
Yeah.
okay, and enjoy it. And I want you to take another step. So this is the future you that has nailed it. You've been nailing it for months, even years. This is
Right.
the new you. You don't even have to think about it anymore. It's all done and sorted, okay? So
Right.
go to the future you. Enjoy that, feel that kind of
Yeah.
flowy, move a bit more freely. It's a little bit lighter over here,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
You're in it, just
Love.
take that next step and go, this is me. I've been doing it like this for years. Just doing it.
Yeah.
How does it feel here? Tell me what it's like in this space.
I like this space. I
What's
like
going on
her.
for you?
I like the me that's in this space.
Ah, tell me about me that's in this space.
So I'm confident. I'm not like not having the negative thoughts that I have sometimes in my head. I'm not second guessing myself on everything. And actually, yeah, I'm back to having the confidence of my own actions and decisions.
So what does this Wendy believe about herself?
So this Wendy believes that actually she's in control.
In control. Okay. How would she know that she's in control?
because she feels she's got all of those feelings that she has when everything's going right, like yeah, I'm not down in the dumps. I'm just getting on and doing things. I'm keen to do stuff. I'm not being driven by that instant gratification thing. I'm just living life and doing things right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so come back to neutral. So you have to take 2 steps back into the middle. And here we are today.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that past you, where you've come from? From here, from neutral,
Yeah.
feel about that past you?
In all honesty, I probably say that I had to have her. I had to have that past experience because I know that life is going to get maybe really, really hard up there. Like, because parents are getting older and things like that. So I need to have that so I can learn from how that was to recognize it when I'm 2 steps away, so that I don't then drop off a cliff and go back there. So yeah.
Take the hand of the old you.
Yeah.
Take the hand of the new you.
Yeah.
And just see if they would like to come together.
It's funny because it feels like the old one doesn't want to really come.
Yeah. So the old one would like to stay where it is.
It would.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And would the future one have any type of message for the past one?
The future one would probably, the future one may say, come on, you know how to deal with this. You don't have to be there. You can move back down the aisle if you like. Yeah, make the steps, move from here to there.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing in that is the future you knows that there will be times when, you know, this feeling is a thing.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And hello, Rob.
Hello, my darling. How are
Hello,
you?
how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We're just recording our session, so
Okay.
you made it on film.
That's your moment of spotlight. Oh, bless him. So this past one of you, it still exists. It might be needed. It contains important information.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this one over here also knows that you can make choices.
Yeah.
That you're not going to get stuck there forever.
No.
And come back. When I say that, how does that feel? Do you want to sit down again?
It feels, yeah. It feels good because, yeah, I know that I need to have a toolkit to deal with this, because if I hadn't had these sessions with you, I could have still been stuck in that rut. And so, and I think it would have been really hard to get out of it. I think I was wallowing there for so long. And that if I hadn't done something, I couldn't have moved to those steps, because, yeah, you just get stuck there, wouldn't you?
It would be really interesting. I don't know how you would feel about doing this, but it would be really interesting at some point for you to write some notes to yourself.
Yeah.
About things to remember.
Yeah.
When life gets tough.
Yeah.
And have that somewhere where, you know, should anything ever happen, that you've got that, you know, because you're building your toolkit now.
Yeah.
But it's almost like, because hopefully you won't be using this toolkit for a little while, you might forget that you've learned these lessons, and you won't have forgotten them. It's just that you won't necessarily remember them. So what kinds of things might you note down if you were writing a letter to yourself?
It's funny, isn't it? It's like trying to put it into words. I think the main one would be, let it out. And that's all it needs to say, really.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Because that was that whole thing that you said before, and that you made me realise, was that I was just keeping it all in. And it's like, let it out.
Let it out.
Yeah. Yeah. If you put the lid on too tight, you'll never get the lid off again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what beautiful wisdom. Just let it out. And it's such an easy but such a hard thing to remember to do, because it feels like, oh no, I shouldn't feel like that, or like you said before, I should be over it by now.
Yeah.
That stuff that doesn't help us, actually.
It really doesn't. Yeah.
So the wisdom of let it out, talk about it.
Yeah.
Reach out.
Yes. Yeah.
And that it's okay to be sad. I mean,
yeah,
it's okay to be sad. We had that whole thing about kind of like, it's the two sides of the coin, isn't it? Love and grief. Yeah. It's part of the same thing.
Emotions. Yeah. Yeah. No, spot on. I've written those two down. I'm going to put them in my notes to myself.
Yeah. You have to remember that they're there.
Yeah.
Wendy's wisdom.
And we're safe. Where did I put
them? But hopefully they'll still be in your memory as soon as you have that. Like, yeah, Wendy's wisdom to herself.
Oh my God, maybe I need these as tattoos.
Great idea. I love it.
Yeah.
So when you think about that, kind of like, you're able to choose your future.
Yes.
you can imagine a version of you that has this nailed, all of this up and down stuff.
Yeah.
That version of you has this nailed. What is it that Wendy has learnt
Yeah.
that the current Wendy maybe doesn't quite understand yet? If you kind of go to that future you, what's that? What have they worked out?
Yeah. I think that they've worked out that it is hard to be on these things and to, have this self-control and not give in. It's hard and it takes effort. Whereas, this current Wendy kind of she's thinking about it, but she doesn't want to confront the harsh reality of actually having to do it and having to do the hard work. But that's that laziness again, that whole and I'm in that vicious cycle, which is almost like eat crap, feel lazy, therefore don't want to do anything better, and eat crap and feel lazy and therefore don't want to do anything better and eat crap.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's a whole cycle, isn't it?
It is. It really is. It self-perpetuates. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why changing it is hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that future Wendy will still experience things in life that they're going to challenge her self-control. They're going to challenge her feelings of optimism.
Yeah.
What does that Wendy who's got this nailed do differently?
She just basically, she's just logical, she like actually thinks to herself, like if she's offered something, she'll think, it's okay, I know what that tastes like already, I don't need to try it, or I can like have that next week, I don't have to have it today. Whereas the current Wendy would go, yeah, give it to me now, that looks great. Like that's my husband just bought me in a box of chocolates, sorts of things, I know. And I'm like, see, future Wendy will go, oh look, I've got a box of chocolates, I can have one of them tonight, and then I put them in the cupboard, and then I could maybe have one the next day, or maybe not have one then till the following week or whatever. Whereas current Wendy would probably go, yeah, best off probably get that out of the house by eating it all tonight.
That is definitely a viable alternative. So what would it take to be more the future Wendy rather than this Wendy in this situation right here, right now? What would you need to do differently to be that version that's going to have one a day?
I need to have that self-control. I need to bring that back front.
And where you think about it, where is it at the moment?
It's about there at the moment.
So it feels like it's coming around, but it's
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm recognizing everything, but it's not quite there in the place yet where it's activated.
Yeah. What is it that is stopping it from coming round? What does it have to give up, or what is it scared of, or what is it that means that, because you like self-control, a version of you, a part of you likes to be in control of things. So what is it that other part of you that isn't keen on that idea at all? What's it scared of? Why doesn't it want that?
I think it's the other part of me just wants this instant thing, like this. It's not getting its kicks elsewhere, so it wants its kicks from sugar and food. And so it's like, yeah, eat. Whereas if I can get that bit to get its kicks from somewhere else, like, doing the activity of logging the food or doing something else.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, I don't know, even if I went back to doing jigsaws again or something like that, it needs to get its kick from somewhere.
Amazing. Okay, so that's our next bit of exploration.
Yeah.
Is what else?
Yeah.
It's almost like, what do we need to do to calm down that bit of you that has that impulse? I need something now.
Yeah.
That kind of self-sabotagey piece or whatever how you want to describe it. It's almost like, what do we need to do to give that what it needs without it needing to be keeping you in this cycle.
Exactly.
So let's bear that in mind for next conversation.
Brilliant.
And we'll see if we can get under the skin of it and see if we can figure out what's going on there. What is that self-sabotaging piece bit? Because what we've done today is we've gone, okay, we know what the future feels like.
Yeah.
We know what it feels like to consistently maintain this and for this not to be such a big deal in the future, recognizing that life happens and, you know, that it's okay to feel sad some of the time. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. We need to let it go or let it express itself. And then we'll just concentrate in next time on the, what is it we need to let go of? What do we need to resolve to help that impulse?
Brilliant.
How does that sound?
That sounds superb.
Fabulous. Good. Well done, Wendy. Well done for playing games. And
I love it. It actually makes me think about things which I just otherwise wouldn't do. So yeah, no, thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Just stop this.